A loud slap suddenly cut through the noisy gym. Everyone stopped what they were doing. The sound was sharp like a cracking stick, and it made every person freeze. The sound of clanking weights, the heavy thuds of punching bags, and the squeaking of shoes all stopped at once. Noah, a boy who couldn't hear, stepped back in shock. He was a deaf boy who wanted to grow stronger. His dream was to get stronger like the other people in the gym. But right now, he looked scared and small. He gasped, but no sound came from his mouth. His eyes were wide, and he looked at the person who hit him. That person was Logan Reed. Logan was a mean boy, a bully. He had a cruel smile on his face. He laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. It was cold and mean. He liked making others feel small. He looked around as if daring someone to stop him. In one quiet corner of the gym, a strong man named Jason Statham paused what he was doing. He had been swinging a heavy kettlebell, working out with focus and calm. But now he stopped. His face was serious. He was like a warrior, calm but ready. He didn't speak, but you could feel that he was going to do something. All the noise in the gym stopped. The air felt heavy, like a storm was about to come. You could almost touch the tension in the room. This was Jason. His hands were strong. His heart was brave. He was ready to help someone who couldn't speak up. Could Noah's small hope survive Logan's bullying? Noah's hands shook, but they moved. He was using sign language to ask for help. But Logan wasn't done being mean. His sneer promised more pain. Jason took a step forward. His boots made a quiet scrape on the gym floor. But each step felt like a big promise. He was strong, not just in his body, but in his heart. He was like a shield, ready to protect. Logan looked tough, but something in his face changed. He made a nervous grunt. It was quick and shaky. Maybe he was starting to feel afraid. Jason's shadow stretched across the floor. It looked like justice was coming fast. Before the big moment, the video host said, "Tell us where you're watching from. Like the video and subscribe to see Jason take on the gym bullies." The community gym was busy as the sun went down. The place was full of energy. It felt like the heart of the neighborhood. People were lifting heavy weights that made loud, metal sounds. Punching bags were getting hit again and again. Thud, thud, thud. Shoes squeaked on the floor as people moved around quickly. The air smelled sharp, a mix of sweat, rubber, and cleaning spray. It stuck in your nose. Voices filled the gym. Grunts, laughter, quick shouts. It was like a song made of noise. But something was wrong. It felt like something bad was about to happen. Bright lights buzzed above, making strong shadows. People moved quickly, but you could tell they were careful, like they knew trouble was nearby. In the corner, Jason Statham stood like a rock. He was focused and calm. He was very strong and trained like a warrior. He lifted his kettlebell with perfect form. Every move he made showed his power. His gray tank top stuck to his strong body. Sweat rolled down his face, but he didn't lose focus. He looked around, sharp and careful. His eyes were always watching. His boots were steady on the mat. He was ready. You could feel it. He wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. He didn't need to talk. His strong arms and calm face said everything. Not far away, Noah, the deaf boy, stood near a bench. He looked shy, but he had a tiny hope in his heart. His hands moved quietly in sign language. He was talking to himself, dreaming of being strong. He had small muscles and a big heart. He wanted to fit in. He wanted to show he belonged. But most people didn't see him. He was just a quiet kid in a loud place. His hope was gentle, like a candle in the wind. Then came Logan Reed. He was a mean bully. He walked around the gym like he owned it. His voice was sharp and rough. He wore an old hoodie and had a cruel smirk. He barked at people. "Move it, weakling!" Logan yelled. People looked down or walked away. No one wanted to mess with him. He laughed with his friends, other bullies who followed him around. They thought being mean made them strong. The gym felt tense. People lifted weights slower. Their grunts were quieter. A young woman stopped laughing and stepped back. An older man punching a bag paused. Everyone could feel it. Logan was trouble. The lights seemed to buzz louder. The air felt tighter. Even a little dog outside whimpered. It was like the gym was holding its breath. But Jason didn't move. He stayed calm. His eyes watched everything. He was like a lighthouse in a storm. He set down his kettlebell with a soft clunk. He looked at Noah, then at Logan. Jason's hands opened and closed. His skin was rough from years of training. His hands were ready. The crowd's whispers died down. Everyone was waiting. Something was about to happen. Noah's small hope needed help. Jason's strong heart promised to stand up. The gym's energy changed. The weights clanked sharper. The air got tighter. Noah looked up. His hands stopped signing. He met Jason's eyes. It was only for a second, but it meant everything. Then it happened. Slap. The sound was loud and sharp. Logan's hand had hit Noah's face. It echoed through the gym. It was like a knife through the noise. Noah stumbled back. His mouth opened in a silent cry. He held his cheek, eyes wide. Everyone stopped. Logan laughed again. Cold and cruel. His hoodie swayed as he moved. "You missed my sign, kid," he said. He was making fun of Noah's deafness. It was mean and wrong. The punching bag stopped. Shoes stopped moving. People gasped. The gym felt cold. Jason's eyes burned. He moved. He left his kettlebell behind. It hit the floor with a dull sound. He walked forward like a storm. His gray tank top clung to his strong chest. His eyes were full of fire. He growled, not loud but deep. He was angry, but in control. His boots scraped the mat. His walk was slow, but powerful. Everyone felt it. Jason was about to stand up for what was right. He breathed slowly. His heart is strong. He was ready to help Noah. To stop the bully. Logan's two friends stepped forward. They laughed, trying to sound tough. But the crowd was watching. The young woman's ponytail didn't move. The older man tightened his wraps. People were holding their breath. Jason took another step. Then another. "This ends now," Jason said. His voice cut through the air. It was strong and clear. Everyone heard it. It wasn't just words. It was a promise. Logan's smile faded. His face twitched. Was he afraid? Noah's hand shook, but they moved again. He was signing. A small flicker of hope. His cheek was red, but his heart was still brave. Jason stood tall. The gym's lights buzzed louder. The air was thick. It was time. The crowd watched closely. This wasn't just about a slap. It was about justice. About standing up. Logan's sneer tried to stay strong, but fear peeked through. Jason's calm strength was too much, and everyone could feel it. Jason had come to protect Noah, to stop the bully, and to remind everyone in the gym. Real strength means helping others. Logan stood near the punching bag, his voice rough like sandpaper. "Fading star, huh?" he said with a mean grin. The heavy weights clanked in the gym, but Logan's mean words cut through all the noise. His old, torn hoodie swayed as he stood tall, looking at Jason Statham. Jason stood by the water fountain, calm but strong. Logan was trying to make Jason feel small in front of everyone. He wanted to stay the boss of the gym. People around stopped what they were doing. The punching bags were still. Shoes squeaked and then stopped. Everyone looked at Logan and Jason. Some lifters froze with their weights in the air. A girl with a ponytail stood still. Her breath came quick and shaky. An older man with bandages on his hands made fists. Everyone was hoping Jason would do something. The gym lights buzzed loudly. Sweat dripped, and the air felt thick, like something big was about to happen. Jason stood firm. His gray tank top stretched over his chest. His eyes were strong and serious. But then he let out a deep breath. Maybe he was nervous. The gym got quieter. The sound of weights and machines faded. Jason didn't move. He was thinking, was it worth starting a fight? His hands, rough from lifting, opened and closed. His shoes squeaked just a little. That sound felt sharp in the quiet room. He didn't want Noah to get hurt even more. That thought made Jason pause. Everyone could feel his struggle. He wanted to help, But what if it made things worse? Noah, a teenage boy who couldn't hear, sat on a bench. His cheek was bruised. He had been hurt before. Now Jason was thinking about him. Jason didn't want Noah to be afraid anymore. Sophie, a gym trainer with short braids, stepped forward. She moved her hands fast in the air. She was using sign language to talk to Noah. "You are strong," she signed. Her voice was calm but kind. Noah looked at her with big eyes and signed back, "Thank you." His cheek hurt, but he smiled a little. Sophie stood up straight. She looked at Logan and said, "Back off now." Her voice was loud and brave. She wanted to protect Noah, too. Jason felt closer to her, like they were on the same team. Logan laughed. His laugh was dry and mean. He picked up a heavy dumbbell and tossed it toward Jason. It hit a rack with a loud crash. His friends cheered and laughed. They were trying to scare Jason. People in the gym gasped. The girl with the ponytail stepped back. The older man looked worried. The gym lights flickered. Everyone felt nervous. Noah watched everything. He looked at Jason. He made a small sign with his hands, like he was saying, "Be strong." He wanted to help, even if he couldn't fight. Jason took a deep breath. His eyes got sharper. His shoes squeaked again as he stepped forward. The dumbbell still shook on the rack, but Jason didn't care. He was ready. He wanted to protect Noah and make the gym feel safe again. The crowd looked at Jason with hope. Sophie's voice stayed strong. Noah kept signing, quiet but brave. Jason's heart beat like a drum. He was going to stand up for what was right. Then, something bad happened. Two of Logan's friends jumped out from the shadows. They moved fast like they had planned this. Their feet hit the ground hard, making the weights shake. The punching bags stopped moving. Jason was near the mats, and the two guys blocked his path. They wore tank tops, and their faces looked angry. They made growling sounds, like wild animals. Logan smiled his mean smile again. He walked toward Jason and said, "You're done, hero." His hoodie swayed as he walked. The gym lights buzzed louder, like they were nervous too. Noah sat still, holding his cheek. He couldn't hear, but he could feel something was wrong. He watched Jason with scared eyes. Logan's friends got closer. The trap was closing. Jason's breath shook. He wasn't sure if he could win this fight. His heart, usually calm and strong, was worried. The rack behind him rattled. He flexed his hands and tried to be ready. Noah needed him. People in the gym didn't move. The girl held her gym bag tight. The older man took a step back. Everyone hoped Jason would be okay. Time felt slow. Noah's safety was at risk. Logan's friends were ready to attack. Jason looked around, thinking fast. Was he strong enough to stop them all? The crowd whispered. People looked scared. The gym, a place that felt safe before, now felt scary. Jason's breathing got faster. A weight plate hit the ground with a loud sound. That noise reminded everyone how serious this was. Jason wanted to protect Noah. He had to. But the pressure was heavy. The gym was quiet, waiting for what would happen next. Sophie moved closer to Noah. She signed with her hands. "Stay back." Her voice was shaky. Her braids swung. She looked at Jason, not sure what to do. Her voice turned from brave to scared. Noah looked up. His hands shook as he made a small sign, like saying, "Please." He wanted to help, but he was scared too. Sophie looked back at him, her sign soft but unsure. The girl in the ponytail gasped again. The older man held his breath. Sophie's unsure voice made everyone feel the danger even more. Jason had to do something. Jason stood up straighter. His shoes scraped the mat again. He looked at Logan and his gang and said, "I will not let him fall." His voice was strong and low. Those words made everyone listen. Jason's heart burned with courage. The noise in the gym started to rise again. People were starting to believe in him. Noah signed something brave. Sophie nodded. Logan's gang kept moving closer. Their feet made loud sounds. The gym was full of noise now. Logan walked right up to Jason and pushed him into the weight rack. The metal bars rattled loudly. Logan's friend stood beside him, growling. Their shoes squeaked on the mats. The gym crowd was so quiet now, just watching. The girl grabbed her gym bag tight. The older man took another step back. "You're nothing, hero," Logan said again. His hoodie moved as he sneered. The lights buzzed louder, like thunder in the ceiling. The smell of sweat was sharp. Everyone could feel how serious this was. If Jason lost, the gym would never feel safe again. It would be a place ruled by bullies. Everyone knew it. People in the gym whispered, hoping for Jason to win. Their voices were small but full of hope. The noise of Logan's gang made everything scarier. One young guy dropped his weight. It hit the ground hard. A girl gasped. She looked at Noah, who was still by the bench, shaking. The gym's air felt thick. It smelled like rubber and fear. Every sound, the weights, the shoes, the heavy breaths, felt louder. Jason's eyes were still strong, but he was tired. His chest moved fast with each breath. The metal clanked behind him again. But he didn't give up. Sophie stood taller. She signed to Noah again, her hands steady this time. "Hide now," she said with her hands. Her voice was calm again. She helped Noah move behind a stack of gym mats. Her braid swung as she looked at Jason. She gave him a strong nod, showing she was with him. Noah signed, "Thank you" again, his hands shaking. He trusted Sophie and Jason. Sophie's calm hands helped everyone feel stronger. Her signs were full of promise. She wanted to protect the ones who couldn't fight. Her bravery helped Jason feel braver too. Now the gym was ready. A big moment was about to happen. Jason's feet were firm. His eyes were focused. The crowd was quiet but full of hope. Sophie's hands kept moving, telling Noah he would be safe. Logan and his friends were ready to fight. Their loud steps, their angry growls, and the rattling of the weights made the gym feel like a storm was coming. But Jason stood in the middle, ready to protect. This fight wasn't just about punches. It was about standing up for what's right. It was about saying no to bullies. It was about protecting Noah and the gym's kind heart. Jason wasn't alone. Sophie was with him. Noah believed in him. The people in the gym, even if they were scared, were starting to hope again. As Logan moved in, the gym waited, holding its breath. Would Jason fight back? Would he win? Or would the gym fall into fear? Jason's story wasn't finished yet. But one thing was clear. He would not let Noah fall. Jason walked past a big weight rack and accidentally touched the cold metal with his arm. "Ow," he said, making a small sound of pain. His heart, always brave, started to feel unsure. The metal was really cold and sharp, and when it made a loud noise, it felt like the whole gym was watching. The sound echoed, making him feel even worse inside. His gray shirt was sticking to his sweaty body. He was tired. The bad guys were getting closer, making mean noises and laughing in a cruel way. It felt heavy, like their words were pushing down on him. Jason made a deep sound in his throat, a little scared that he might not be strong enough. But then he thought of Noah. Noah was a brave kid who couldn't hear. Noah was sitting by the bench, hoping Jason would win. The gym went quiet for a moment. People stopped whispering. A young woman had tears in her eyes. An older man loosened his fists, worried that Jason might lose. The mats on the gym floor made soft sounds as Jason moved. The whole gym felt like it was waiting. Jason took a deep breath. He looked strong again. His boots scraped the floor on purpose. He said in a deep voice, "For Noah, I fight." His voice was rough but full of power. Those words made him feel strong again. The bad guys kept grunting, but Jason's voice cut through them like lightning. His words were fast and loud. Everyone could feel something changing, like hope was coming back. Noah was still breathing calmly. Even though he couldn't hear, his eyes were locked on Jason. Bino heaved in him. The sound of the weights clinking nearby reminded everyone that this was real. Jason was standing up for someone who couldn't stand up alone. The crowd started to whisper again. Sophie, the gym trainer, shouted something strong. It echoed like a drumbeat through the gym. The sound of justice was in the air. Jason stood strong. You could feel the storm building. The gym was holding its breath. Suddenly, Jason heard the sound of a jump rope flying through the air. Wish! He grabbed it right out of the air with his rough hands. With one big pull, he yanked Logan Reed, the meanest one, right toward him. Logan made a surprised noise. His old hoodie flapped as he flew forward. Wham! Jason hit him with his elbow, right on the jaw. It made a loud crunch. The sound was like a hammer hitting metal. The weight rack shook. Plates clattered loudly. Logan staggered back. His friends, the other mean guys, ran in, trying to help him. Their boots squeaked on the old gym mats. But Jason was fast, like a thunderstorm. He didn't stop. His shirt was tight, soaked with sweat, but his eyes were like fire. People in the crowd gasped. Their eyes were huge. A young woman froze, her ponytail still. Her hands were clenched. An older man pulled his boxing wraps tighter, hoping Jason would win. The lights buzzed above. The sting of sweat on everyone's skin now felt like fire. You could feel everything. Jason had changed. He had made a choice. He looked the bad guys in the eyes and said, "No more." His voice was strong and steady. That moment was like a promise to protect Noah, who was still sitting near the bench. The crowd stopped talking. They watched. Jason moved again. Bam! He hit one of the mean guys in the chest. That guy, who was wearing a big tank top, fell to the mat with a groan. The sound of cheering began to rise. Another crony tried to punch Jason, swinging wildly. Jason ducked and, crack, kicked the guy right in the knee. The guy fell down near a dumbbell, which made a loud clank. The fight felt real. You could hear the mats creaking and the weights rattling. All the sounds made it feel like you were right there with Jason, fighting for what's right. Sophie stood in front of Noah. She looked brave. She used her hands to talk to Noah, using sign language. "You're safe," she signed. Her braid swung gently. Her voice was calm, full of hope. She was like a shield, keeping Noah safe from Logan and the others. Noah's cheek was bruised, but his eyes were full of courage. He signed back, "Thank you." Their hands moving in sign language were like a promise to stay strong. Sophie stood firm, and Noah felt braver. The people in the crowd were cheering now. The young woman had bright eyes. The older man nodded. They were all behind Jason and Noah now. Logan was still on the mat, not moving much. A little blood was coming from his mouth. He was quiet now. He couldn't sneer anymore. His hoodie looked old and empty. His friends were down too. They weren't making mean noises anymore. The gym started to sound normal again. Weights clanked softly. Punching bags thudded quietly. The fight was over. Justice had won. Logan and his friends had lost. The quiet made everyone feel better. The gym felt lighter now. Not so scary. People could breathe again. The mat squeaked gently under sneakers. The air smelled like clean rubber instead of sweat. Everyone started talking and laughing again. People were smiling. A young woman laughed with another lifter. The older man started punching the bag again, steady and calm. The lights above buzzed quietly. Their glow was soft. The gym felt warm like home. Jason stood by the weight rack. His hands, full of calluses, were relaxed now. His shirt was still wet, but his face was calm. He had been strong not just in his muscles, but in his heart. He thought to himself, "Strength is in standing up." He said it out loud, slowly. The soft clank of weights matched his words. The fight had changed him. He had used his fists to protect someone who needed help. And he didn't regret it. His heart was still strong. People watched him with soft eyes. They followed him with their gaze. The young woman smiled at him. The older man nodded with respect. Everyone saw what Jason had done, and they would remember. Sophie stood with Noah. Her braid swayed as she signed. "You stood tall," she told him. Her voice was calm and full of pride. Her hands moved with care. She looked at Noah like he was the bravest person in the world. Noah's cheek was healing now. He smiled. His hands signed back. "Thank you." His eyes were bright. His hands were strong. He had hope. The crowd cheered again, softer this time. A teenage girl clapped. Her gasp had turned into a laugh. She was happy now. Noah had found his place in the gym. He was safe. He was part of the team. No one knew exactly what happened to Logan. He stayed quiet. His hoodie looked sad. His bad friends were gone. Their mean voices had faded. The older man looked at Sophie and nodded, showing respect. The young woman smiled proudly at Noah. Everyone could feel something important had happened. Something that would last. Noah raised his fist into the air. It was small, but strong. He didn't say anything, but the meaning was clear. It was a sign of bravery. A promise to keep going, no matter what. The crowd went quiet again. They all looked at Noah. The young woman's smile grew bigger. The older man raised his fist in the air too. The gym was quiet except for the gentle clanking of weights. Each sound was like a heartbeat. The gym felt alive with hope. Jason's fight had helped everyone be no heave again. Noah's first showed that even someone quiet can be very strong. Jason nodded from across the gym. It was a promise. He would always protect kids like Noah. Always stand up for the weak. The people in the gym didn't cheer loudly anymore. They whispered softly. They waved to Jason. The young woman waved. The older man looked steady and proud. Sophie kept signing to Noah. Her hands moved with love and strength. Her voice was a warm echo in the gym. Noah stood tall. He promised to keep growing. The weights clanked again. The punching bags thudded. People laughed and talked. The gym felt full of life again. Jason walked to the edge of the gym. His boots made no sound. He turned back and gave one last quiet nod to Noah. It was a promise. A promise to keep standing up for people who need help. The crowd watched him go. Their eyes are full of respect. Sophie kept signing. Noah's breath was steady. His dreams were bright. The gym was full of little sounds now. People training, lifting, chatting. It felt like a story had ended, but also like a new one had begun. Jason disappeared through the doorway. The soft clanks of the gym still echoed, like a soft song of courage. The punching bag swayed. The mats creaked gently. Everything felt safe again. The air was clean and calm. The crowd talked softly, laughed. The young woman's ponytail bounced as she walked. The older man punched his bag gently. The lights above glowed warm and steady. Jason's words came back like a soft whisper. Noah will rise. He be no heaved in him. He had fought for him. And now Noah was strong too. Sophie signed next to Noah. Her voice was warm. Their friendship was strong now. The gym was filled with hope. Everyone in the crowd could feel it. A teen girl laughed. Weights clanked. Everything was back to normal. But better. The story's message was clear. Justice speaks loudest in silence. Jason didn't need to shout. Noah didn't need to talk. But everyone heard them. The gym's soft clanks were a song. A promise to protect each other. To be kind. To stand up. And as the gym calmed down, one last message filled the air. If you like this story, tell me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun adventures and mysteries. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.